Welcome, everyone, to Intensity Broadcasting for coverage of the Sunday Night Trucks Outlaw Series presented by Original Rebels Racing League. Tonight, these trucks will be taking on Rockingham Speedway for 100 laps of racing action. And you're probably wondering, hey, that isn't Josh Hall. That's because I'm going to be subbing for him for this Outlaw Truck Series race. He will be back for the Rebels Truck Series race. I'm just going to be doing the Outlaw Truck Series race. I'm Atlee at Minways. I'm excited to call all the racing action here tonight on Intensity Broadcasting. This should be a great race. Rockingham always puts on awesome shows. It's a very, very unique track, 1 mile in length, and it always produces great racing. The nature of the track, it makes for some awesome racing, so I'm excited to see how this race goes. We are in the round of 8 here in the Rebels playoffs. Here's a look at who all is going to be in the round of 8. This is the first race out of 2 here in the round of 8. It's Eddie Smith, Adam Lange, Andy Kurtz, Chris McLean, Logan Monteith, Steve Loving, Michael Kostick, and Travis Bieber. Those 8 are fighting for a chance to make it to the Final Four race at Phoenix. Last weekend, 2 weekends ago, we were at Atlanta Motor Speedway, and we saw Eddie Smith get the win, leading 72 of the 100 laps. Started on the pole and led the most laps, dominated that race. We saw Chris McLean. He ended up finishing second. Steve Loving took third. Logan Monteith finished fourth. And then rounding at your top 5, it was the 5 of Andy Kurtz. We saw Smith led 72 laps, McLean led 3, Andy Kurtz led 5, and Jonathan Cofield led 16 laps. And right now in practice, we see Eddie Smith, 2 weeks ago's winner, last race's winner. He ran a 23.79 here in practice, putting him about 5 hundredths faster than second Jonathan Cofield. Third is Todd Schott. Fourth is Adam Lange, and then rounding at your top 5, it is Mike Kostick. Now, Rockingham, definitely one of NASCAR's most historic tracks. It's a D-shaped high bank track. It's just over a mile, and it does have an abrasive track surface, which means that tires are going to wear a lot more quicker than most other tracks on the schedule. So these drivers are going to need to be very, very careful with these tires to try to combat the abrasive track surface of Rockingham. And qualifying, getting ready to wrap up here at Rockingham. And then we will be getting ready for some qualifying. Drivers will get 2 laps to try to set their best possible lap time. And that best possible lap time will determine where that driver will start in the feature event. There we go. Practice wrapping up. Eddie Smith will finish on the top of the board. Here we go. Getting ready for qualifying. All right, there we go. We see Andy Kurtz exiting the pits in that number 5 machine. Kurtz got a top 5 last week at Atlanta, finishing 5th. Led 5 laps out of the 100 laps. And there he is coming off of turn number 4, getting ready to start his first lap. Let's see what that 5 Valvoline truck can do. There you see, track very, very bumpy. 5 car hopping up and down a little bit. Since it's only 2 laps, you really don't need to save tires. You don't need to worry about that abrasive track surface. You got to go all out here in qualifying. We see Logan Monteith, first driver on the board. He runs a 24.43. Andy Kurtz to the top of the board. He runs a 24.12. Jonathan Cofield to the top of the board. He runs a 24.06. That'll put Cofield 500ths faster than second place Andy Kurtz. And Todd Schott sits third with a 24.13. That'll put Todd 700ths behind Jonathan Cofield. And then we see on his second lap, Todd Schott able to get to first with a 23.93. First, now second driver to break in. He was the first driver to break into the 23s. Jonathan Cofield also able to break into the 23s. He runs a 23.97. That'll put him 300ths behind Todd Schott. And Mike Kostick is third. He ran a 24.06. There's Tyler Barnett in the 84 machine. Brett Bieber in the 808 on track right now. We got a lot of Valvoline cars. Got Michael Swink in the 18 machine starting his first lap. See Tyler Barnett able to get to third with a 24.03, putting him 900ths behind Todd Schott. Barnett did not get a top 10 last week at Atlanta, so looking to try to break back into the top 10 here tonight. Michael Swink able to run 9th with a 24.18. That'll put Swink 2/10ths behind Todd Schott. Top 3 all separated by less than a 10th. We're going to definitely see a tight battle for the lead here tonight. Second lap for Michael Swink. He does not improve. He's actually slower, so he will stay in 9th. Falls to 10th, though, as Adam Lange able to get to third. He runs a 24.01. That'll put him 700ths behind Todd Schott now. Greg Froelich on track right now in the 15 machine. Here he is heading through turns 1 and 2. The man from Shorewood, Illinois. Still have a few other drivers that need to qualify. Ryan Derrick, Jamie Mullins, Greg Barnett, Steve Loving, Greg Froelich, Chris McLean. Greg Froelich able to get to 11th. He ran a 24.21. So Greg Froelich will now be 2/10ths off of Todd Schott. See if he can improve on lap number 2. He does not. He was a 10th slower, so Greg Froelich will stay in 11th. Chris McLean heading out on track right now. There we go. We see the 05 of Chris McLean heading out onto the track right now. He finished runner-up last week at Atlanta. Looking to try to get another top 3 here tonight. McLean also one of our round of 8 drivers. Let's take a look to see where all of the round of 8 drivers are here in qualifying so far. Eddie Smith is in 6th. We see Adam Lange is in 3rd. Andy Kurtz is in 7th. Chris McLean, getting ready to get onto the board right now. Logan Monteith is 13th. Steve Loving has not turned a qualifying lap yet. Michael Kostick is 5th. And Travis Bieber is Looks like he's 14th. So on his first lap, we see Chris McLean gets to 14th. He runs a 24.40. 4 tenths, excuse me, off of Todd Schott. Still, we got 4 more drivers that need to turn qualifying laps. Ryan Derrick, Greg Barnett, Steve Loving, Jamie Mullins. There's Steve Loving exiting the pits, driving the Coca-Cola Zero Chevrolet Silverado. And let's do on board, see what line they're running here. So 1 and 2. Diving all the way down to that yellow line, letting the car drift a little bit up to the middle of the corner, and then out to the wall. Once again to the yellow line, letting it drift up a little bit. That looked like he looked very smooth there in 3 and 4. That's going to look like a good lap. Gets to 9th. Ran a 24.15. So that will put him 2 tenths off of Todd Schott. See if he can improve on lap number 2. There we go. Crossing the line. He does not improve. So that's kind of been a trend here. Drivers are faster on their first lap than their second, which that's normally not the case. Normally your second lap is going to be the faster one. Still have 4 drivers that need to qualify. Travis Bieber, Greg Barnett, Ryan Derrick, Jamie Mullins. They still have time. Some drivers may choose to not qualify. You can do that. If you would rather start in the back, maybe kind of play it safe for the first portion of the race, just avoid any of the wrecks. Last week at Atlanta, we saw 3 cautions for 12 caution laps. So that is not that many. It was a pretty clean race. We saw 9 lead changes. And there was a good look at Thunder Alley. That is the nickname of the backstretch here at Rockingham. And looks like all the drivers have ran out of time to go out there and turn a qualifying lap. So it's looking like Todd Schott will be starting on the pole here at Rockingham. Todd is not one of the round of 8 drivers, so he's trying to play spoiler here tonight. And there you go. That'll do it for qualifying. And we are now gridding for the 100-lap feature event. Let's take a look here at your starting lineup. Starting on the pole with a 23.933. It's Dirt Afflictions' Todd Schott in the 70. Outside of him, it's Jonathan Cofield Racing's Jonathan Cofield in the 53. Third is Pale Horse Racing, Adam Lange in the 8. Fourth is Tyler Barnett. And then running at your top 5, we have Mike Kostick in the 3. Sixth is JC Motorsports' Eddie Smith in the 87. Seventh is BK Motorsports' Andy Kurtz in the 5. Eighth is Dirt Afflictions' Eric Burkholter. Ninth is JC Motorsports' Steve Loving. And then running at your top 10, we have Reaper Racing's Brandon Wallace in the 999. 11th is Pale Horse Racing's Michael Swink in the 18. 12th is Greg Froelich in the number 15. 13th is the 68 Jonathan Cofield Racing Machine of Steve McDonald. 14th is Evil Empire's Logan Monteith, and then running at your top 15, it's Poman Motorsports' Chris McLean. 16th is Brett Bieber. 17th is Pale Horse Racing's Ryan Derrick. 18th is Grave Intentions' Jamie Mullins. 19th, we have BK Motorsports' Travis Bieber. And then rounding at your top 20, we have Grave Intentions Racing's Greg Barnett. So here we go, a good field of 20 drivers. Only one will win the Rock 100. Look at the race info here for tonight's event. 73 degrees Fahrenheit, 63% humidity, partly cloudy skies, 9 miles per hour wind speed, hot track temperature, 99 degrees Fahrenheit. So that's going to add a little bit more of a challenge to these drivers. And we are in Rockingham, North Carolina at the 1 mile long Rockingham Speedway. And the key tonight is taking care of those tires. Again, Rockingham has an abrasive track surface, which means that tires wear a lot more quickly than a track without an abrasive track surface. And Rockingham just has a little bit of an older track surface, so that's the reason why it's abrasive. So these drivers are just going to need to really take care of those tires and keep them from wearing. Pace truck making that hard left turn onto pit road. Green flag out here at the Rock. There we see Todd Schott taking off. He's got Jonathan Cofield on his outside. Behind them, it's Adam Lange. We see Lange on the back bumper of Schott as we head through 1 and 2. Cofield stuck on that outside, trying to get down to the racing line. Schott with the nose still as we head through 3 and 4. Cofield holding his own on that outside. Gets a great run coming off of turn number 4. Cofield with the nose. He's going to lead the first lap of this race despite not being in the preferred racing groove. And he is going to get clear of Todd Schott. Schott trying to come back. He is on the back bumper of the 53, trying to set up a pass. Looks like Cofield running a little bit of a different line compared to Todd Schott. We see Schott getting a little bit squirrely off of turn number 4, able to save it, but we see Adam Lange looking to the outside of him, trying to make a pass for this second place spot. Cofield just ran the fastest lap time of the race so far with a 24.22. These drivers need to take advantage of these fresh tires and make some moves, because right now these tires are as good as they're going to be for quite some time. Adam Lange trying to set up a pass on your second place driver, Todd Schott. That time by, both of them ran pretty much identical lap times. Lange needs to find a way to be a little bit faster than that 70. Another fast lap time for Jonathan Cofield, 24.11. Fastest lap time of the race out of anybody for that number 53 machine. Todd Schott, Adam Lange both ran their personal best last time by. Schott just a little bit faster, and he is extending that gap. See a battle going on for fourth. Mike Kostick in the 3 trying to reel in Eddie Smith for fourth. See what Mike can do here. Adam Lange still trying to reel in Todd Schott for second. Logan Monteith looking to the outside of Chris McLean. This is for the 9th place spot. Monteith has been moving on up after starting in the 14th position. He is up to 10th now, maybe trying to take 9th here. And Adam Lange, he's fallen off of Todd Schott. Now he has Eddie Smith to worry about. That Planner Chevrolet Silverado is reeling in that number 3 machine. And we are side by side between the two as we head through turns 3 and 4. Eddie Smith able to get clear of that 8. Into 3rd now is the 87. He's going to be setting his sights on your 2nd place driver, Todd Schott. Adam Lange trying to reel back in Eddie Smith to take back that 3rd place spot. Lange also having to worry about Mike Kostick, who was on his back bumper. Kostick trying to look to the outside. We've seen so far that outside does work pretty well. Trying to look low. Low line doesn't work for that 3 machine. And he's going to fall off Adam Lange a little bit. He also has Tyler Barnett on his back bumper in that 84 machine. Here's a look at the cockpit cam of Tyler Barnett. This is exactly what Barnett is seeing right now on his screen. And right now, Barnett looking to see what that 3 machine is doing, looking to see where he's braking, where he's lifting, where he's getting back into the gas, and he's got to try to use that to his advantage. Also, I know Barnett, Kostick in this series race with each other a lot. I know both of them have probably learned each other's tendencies. What Barnett might be thinking about right now is, what has worked for me when trying to pass this driver? What hasn't worked? What is this driver known for doing? And those are all the kind of things that Barnett is trying to do to use to his advantage. Mike Kostick looking low under Adam Lange. Side by side between the two as we head through 1 and 2. Lange still with the nose on that outside lane. He is able to get clear. Kostick falls back in line behind that 8 car. Not letting him get away though. See Eddie Smith starting to reel in Todd Schott for this 1st place spot. Or excuse me, the 2nd place spot. Eddie Smith, last time by, was a little bit faster than that 17 machine. He is right there that time by Eddie. A 10th faster than Todd Schott there. And it looks like we're having an unscheduled pit stop for Greg Froelich. I don't think we'll be seeing any green flag pit stops at the moment. So this is probably unscheduled. Something must have happened to him. Eddie Smith right now looking high, looking low, trying to set up that pass on the 70 machine. One thing I like about the racing here at Rockingham is there's multiple grooves that you can use. So we'll see which one Eddie Smith chooses. Does he want to try to pass him on the bottom, running down on that yellow line, or does we maybe want to try to pass him high up against that wall? We'll see what that 87 chooses. And Greg Froelich just manually disconnected. So that will end the 15's day. Not quite sure what happened, but definitely unfortunate. We are side by side for second. Smith with the nose coming off of turn number 2. Smith still with the nose as we head into turn 3 and 4. He is able to get clear Eddie Smith now to the second place spot. Todd Schott ends up falling to third. So your pole sitter, Todd Schott, has lost 2 positions since the green flag drop. The other position he lost was to Jonathan Cofield, who currently leads the field by 1.5 seconds. See Todd Schott still not letting Eddie Smith get away. Mike Kostick trying to reel in Adam Lange for this 4th place spot. Tyler Barnett there as well. And we see Mike Kostick under a lot of pressure right now because he's not only trying to play offense and get by Adam Lange, but he's also trying to play defense and hold off Tyler Barnett. But it's really hard to do both, so you kind of got to pick which one you want to try to do. Because you can't mirror drive, because then you're not really focusing on what's in front of you, and that might end you up in a bad situation. Mike Kostick right now trying to look to the low side of that 8 machine, trying to see if he can get a good run down there. With this abrasive track surface, it seems like it's always changing. The track is always changing, so these drivers maybe are going to try to move themselves different grooves on the track in search of grip. That might be an issue throughout tonight's event, is just looking for grip. Again, track temperature really, really hot. Almost 100 degrees. And as Jonathan Cofield crosses the line, we are 25 laps through this thing. 1 quarter through this race. And here's a look at how the top 5 stands. Jonathan Cofield is in first right now. Second place is Eddie Smith. Right now running in third, it is Todd Schott. Fourth place, it is Adam Lange. And Mike Kostick currently sits in 5th. So far, the hard charger of the race, it is a tie between 2 drivers, Logan Monteith in 8th and Chris McLean in 9th. Monteith started in the 14th position, made some smart moves, and has gotten up here now to 8th. Chris McLean started in the 15th position. He's also made some smart moves, kept it clean, and here he is up now to the 9th place spot. Now, definitely the biggest tough break is Greg Froelich, who started in the 12th place position. Something ended up happening to him, and he is manually disconnected. Definitely the biggest tough break for somebody who is on track right now is Michael Swink in that 18 machine. Swink started in the 11th place spot, but has lost 7 spots since the green flag dropped. Trying to work his way back up to the field, but we see right now, I mean, he is only 3/10 off your leader. He's not too far off. He still has a chance to reel back in the rest of the field. Still, the fastest driver on track is that number 53 machine of Jonathan Cofield. He has looked fast all race long, and he's not showing any signs of slowing down any. He's now has the gap between him and Eddie Smith to almost 3 seconds now. Battle is on for third between Adam Lange and Todd Schott. Looks like Lange was able to get by Schott. And now Schott has Mike Kostick looking below him. The floodgates have certainly opened for that 70 machine. Schott was your pole sitter, but he has just lost position after position. So we see right now, side-by-side Caustic shot as we head into turns 1 and 2. We see Caustic had the nose, but we see Shot comes back on the outside. And we're side-by-side now for 5th between Tyler Barnett and Mike Caustic. We see Barnett able to get clear now. He is looking low under Todd Shot for 4th. We see he has the nose. He is able to get clear. Tyler Barnett to 4th. Todd Shot falls to 5th. And Mike Caustic ends up falling to 6th. Caustic now once again looking low under Todd Shot, trying to set up a pass for this 5th place spot. Side by side between these two. Side by side between Caustic, Shot as we head through turns 1 and 2. We see Caustic able to get to the rear quarter panel. But we see Todd Shot able to shut the door on him once again. Caustic continuing to run that low line. Oh, we see Todd Shot tags the outside wall. We see Caustic runs into the back of him. Both drivers off pace. We see Logan Monteith pouncing on this opportunity. He is looking low under Todd Shot for the 5th place spot. He gets clear. Logan Monteith now to the 5th place spot. Todd Shot falls to 6th now. Chris McLean trying to get by Mike Caustic for the 7th place spot. We see Caustic with front end damage on that number 3 machine. Adam Lange has caught Eddie Smith for this 2nd place spot. Lange looking low as we head into 1 and 2, trying to set the pass. He gets to the rear quarter panel now. To the door. Side by side. Lange with the nose as we head coming off of turn number 4. Still side by side. It will look like Smith will have the nose as we cross the start-finish line. We see Tyler Barnett also joining this battle as well. Lange still to the rear quarter panel. Still side by side. Both drivers kind of in a stalemate right now for this 2nd place spot. And if either of them messes up, we see Tyler Barnett is ready to try to make a pass. Side by side between these two still. And oh, we see Eddie Smith tags the outside wall. Lange takes advantage of it. He gets clear of him. He goes to 3rd. Tyler Barnett looks like he's going to be able to pass Eddie Smith. Barnett now to 3rd. And now Tyler Barnett looking low under Adam. And we're 3 wide. Eddie Smith tried to thread the needle there and try to get in between those two. Steve Loving coming into the pits in that number 27 machine. Brandon Wallace just mainly disconnected. Loving, this may be a scheduled pit stop. We may be seeing green flag pit stops start to come into play. Steve Loving might be trying the short pit strategy. We see Todd Shot also coming in as well. Question is, how long are the leaders, Jonathan Cofield, Tyler Barnett, and Adam Lange, willing to stay out? See Andy Kurtz trying to get by Chris McLean for this 6th place spot. Eddie Smith now into the pits. So look here right now. Jonathan Cofield has seen over a second of tire fall off on that 53 machine. We continue to watch this battle for 5th. Andy Kurtz, and speaking of Andy Kurtz, he's coming in right now. Also, Mike Kostick is as well. Ryan Derrick trying to get by Steve McDonald for this 9th place spot. And there you go, leader Jonathan Cofield making his green flag pit stop. And so that will mean that Tyler Barnett will inherit the lead from Jonathan Cofield. We see Chris McLean, Eric Burkhalter, those two coming in. Derrick looking low under McDonald for the 6th place spot. We see McDonald still with the nose as we head through 1 and 2. And they've got Greg Barnett trying to get by them. He's a lap car. Logan Monteith in now. We see Derrick still trying to get McDonald by McDonald for the 5th place spot. And there's Tyler Barnett coming into the pits now, making his green flag pit stop. So this will give the lead now to Adam Lange for the first time in tonight's event. Battle continues for the 4th place spot. We see Derrick able to get under McDonald. He is to the back bumper. Side by side for 4th. Ooh, we see he falls back a little bit there. Don't know what happened to Derrick. Ryan Derrick trying to get by Steve McDonald for this 4th place spot. Right now, the first driver on fresh tires is Eddie Smith in that 87 machine. He has not gotten his lap back. He's trying to do that right now. Smith currently running a second faster than leader Adam Lange. The battle continues for this 4th place spot between Ryan Derrick and Steve McDonald. This time we see Derrick looking to the high side. Travis Bieber into the pits now. So is Jamie Mullins. So now this battle that we've seen is the battle for 2nd now. See Tyler Barnett passing these two. So Adam Lange, Ryan Derrick, and Steve McDonald are the 3 drivers that need to come in. There we go. Steve McDonald is now coming into the pits. So that will leave Adam Lange and Ryan Derrick as the 2 drivers that need to make a green flag pit stop. Got to be careful. You don't want to stay out too long or you're at the risk of blowing a tire. There we see a lap car. Jamie Mullins getting one of his laps back. He's now 1 lap down. And yellow flag is out. This changes everything. It's time for the Kinder Farm and Ranch Wreckage Rewind. Look to see what happened. Looks like Chris McLean has crashed. So here we go. We're watching the 05. Just gets loose coming off of turn number 2. Might have gotten back into the gas a little bit too hard, and that's just going to send that 05 around. He hits the inside safer barrier. So that'll definitely hurt that front end of that 05 a little bit. Unfortunate for him. He was having a fast race, and he's fighting for a chance to make it to the Final Four. We see the last 2 drivers, Adam Lange and Ryan Derrick, making their green flag pit stops, which should give the field their laps back. We'll watch this race on pit road. Whoever comes off first will be in the first place position. Adam Lange does have the advantage with the better pit stall. And there you go. Adam Lange is done. He is going to cross the line, and looks like he was not able to beat Eddie Smith off, so Eddie Smith is now in the lead. Adam Lange is in second. We see Ryan Derrick comes off in third. Tyler Barnett sits in fourth. And Steve... Oh, looks like they're going to make Eddie Smith give Adam Lange the first place spot. We see Eddie Smith coming into the pits now. Along with Todd Schott, Michael Swink, Chris McLean. Not sure why. Let's see what they're going to do to Smith's car. Eddie taking right side tires here. And he's going to take left side tires as well. Get some gas, and he is back out. It looks like he was able to stay in the third place position. So we are over halfway through this thing. Here's a look at the current line. Here's a look at the current top 5. Adam Lange sitting in first. Ryan Derrick right now sitting in second. Currently in third, it is Eddie Smith. Fourth place is Tyler Barnett. And then rounding out your top 5, it is Steve Loving. Here's a look at the pit strategy to see who has the freshest tires. Right now, Eddie Smith, Ryan Derrick, and Adam Lange have the freshest tires out of the entire field. The rest of the field from Barnett on back have 10 plus laps on their tires. So we'll see how much of a difference fresh tires makes. And there we go. Lights on the pace truck are off. We're getting ready to go back green here. Adam Lange restarting on the bottom. Ryan Derrick restarting on the top. Ryan Derrick started in the 17th position, a few spots away from last place. But he has worked his way up to the field, or he has had a good pit strategy, and he is restarting in second. His fastest lap time of the race may be 2/10 off of leader Adam Lange, but he still has a chance to perform well. Pace truck is in. Getting ready to go back green. There we go. Green flag is back out. We see Adam Lange taking off. And we see that 99 car, that's Brandon Wallace. He's not fighting for any positions because he is down 15 laps. We see the battle's on for the 4th place spot. Andy Kurtz trying to get up there to Steve Loving. Side by side between Jonathan Cofield, Andy Kurtz. Cofield with the nose on that outside. He is able to get clear. Cofield to 5th now. Side by side for 6th between Logan Monteith and Andy Kurtz. And we are 60 laps through this thing, and we are going to pump up the intensity, turn up the volume. You'll get to see the sights and hear the sounds of the racetrack. Here we go. There you go. That is going to do it for Pump Up the Intensity. Hopefully you enjoyed us turning up the volume, but we set our sights now back to the racing action. Adam Lange remains the leader here at Rockingham Speedway. Ryan Derrick sits in 2nd, and Tyler Barnett is currently in 3rd. But don't look now, Barnett is reeling in Ryan Derrick for this 2nd place spot. Currently running a 10th faster than him last time by. Getting all the way up there to that back bumper, trying to find which groove he wants to pass him. Like I said, one of the best parts of Rockingham is the fact we have multi-groove racing. You can run up against the wall, you can run on that yellow line, you can run mid-track. It just depends on your driving style. So we'll see where Barnett chooses to go to try to make a pass on Derrick here. He looks low as we head to 1 and 2 side by side. We see Barnett with the nose as we head through turns 1 and 2. Derrick holding his own on that outside, but we see Tyler Barnett able to get clear. Tyler Barnett to 2nd. Ryan Derrick falls to 3rd, and now we see Tyler Barnett setting his sights on your leader, Adam Lange. We see Mike Kostick starting to reel in Steve Loving for this 6th place spot. Kostick and Loving both fighting for a chance to make it to the championship. So every point counts for these two. There we go, side by side for 6th. We see Mike Kostick on the bottom, has the nose here on the front stretch. Logan Monteith there as well. And we see Kostick able to get clear to the 6th place spot. Loving falls to 7th. Monteith there in 8th. We see Eddie Smith reeling in Jonathan Cofield for 4th. Cofield reeling in Ryan Derrick for 3rd. And we see Cofield looking low under Derrick as we head to 1 and 2 side by side. And we see Jonathan Cofield able to get clear into the 3rd place spot. He is going to set his sights on your 2nd place driver, Tyler Barnett. And there we go. We see Eddie Smith looking low under Jonathan Cofield as we head through turns 1 and 2. Smith able to get clear. I will say Eddie Smith does have about 10 lap fresher tires than Cofield, and with this abrasive track surface, that can make all the difference. 10 laps. Ryan Derrick reeling in Jonathan Cofield for 4th. We see Cofield extending that gap, though. 3/4 of the way through this race. Here's a look at your current top 5. Adam Lange sits in 1st. Tyler Barnett is in 2nd. Eddie Smith is in 3rd. In 4th, currently, it is Jonathan Cofield. And then rounding at your top 5, we have Ryan Derrick. Let's take a look and see where all of the round of 8 drivers are currently sitting at. We see Eddie Smith is currently sitting in the 3rd place spot. Adam Lange is leading. Andy Kurtz is running in 12th. Rough race for that 5 machine. Chris McLean also has had a rough race. He is currently running in 18th. He was the cause of our one and only caution. Logan Monteith currently sitting in 7th. Good top 10 run for him tonight. We see Steve Loving currently sitting in the 10th place spot. Also a good top 10 run for him. We see Michael Kostick currently running in 6th. On the verge of a top 5 here tonight. And then we see Travis Bieber currently running in 8th. Good top 10 run for him. So, all round of 8 drivers except for Andy Kurtz currently running in the top 10, which really does prove that the cream does rise to the top. And we have less than 25 laps to go here at the Rockingham. We are getting into the nitty-gritty of this race. Eddie Smith has reeled in Tyler Barnett for this 2nd place spot. He looks low under the 84, trying to set up a pass. We're side by side between these two. Eddie Smith with the nose. Still with the nose coming off of turn number 2. Great battle for this 2nd place spot. That time by Smith, 3/10 faster than Tyler Barnett, and he is able to get clear Eddie Smith to the 2nd place spot. Eddie has 10 lap fresher tires compared to Tyler Barnett. And like I said, with that abrasive track surface, 10 laps fresher tires can mean a ton. I'm not sure. These drivers may have to make one more green flag pit stop. I don't know how strategy is looking here. We see Jonathan Cofield reeling in Tyler Barnett for this 3rd place spot. Cofield running about a 10th faster. We see Tyler Barnett trying to reel back in Eddie Smith for 2nd. Getting a good run. Barnett back to the back bumper of that 87 machine, trying to set up a pass. I don't know if Barnett was saving, but he has picked up a ton of speed since when Eddie Smith was trying to get by him. See Barnett taking it to the outside, running up there against that wall. We see Jonathan Cofield falling off your second and third place drivers right now. Again, Barnett takes it to the outside. Jonathan Cofield right there to the back bumper of that 3 machine of Tyler Barnett. Barnett playing offense and defense right now. So we take a look now. Top 3 spread out. And remember, make sure to check out intensitybroadcasting.com. That is our web store. We actually just unveiled a new shirt design recently. That is the Cautions Breed Caution shirt. Make sure to check that out. Comes in sizes extra small to 5XL. Does only come in one color, which is black, but I think it looks good on the black. It's 100% comb ring spun cotton. Very, very comfortable. I have the same material, just a different shirt, and it has definitely got to be one of the most comfortable shirts that I own. There is also an Original Rebels collection where you can pick up some Original Rebels merchandise. We have Rebels Racing League bubble-free stickers that come in sizes 3x3, 4x4, 5.5, and 5.5, and those are perfect to put on your race car or on your truck and help show support for this league. You can also pick up a Original Rebels photo paper poster. You can hang that up at your desk or in your room, and it's a perfect decoration, and it comes in many different sizes as well. And then we have Original Rebels Racing tees come in 5 colors: black, navy, red, sport gray, white, and comes in sizes small to 5XL. These are also 100% ring spun cotton. Very, 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 very comfortable, and the design looks really awesome. So, and all the proceeds for these sales goes back into the broadcaster, back to the leagues. So go show support to us, go show support to all the leagues, and get you some merchandise from intensitybroadcasting.com. So right now, top 3, all very, very spread out right now. Adam Lange currently with a 4-second lead over second place Eddie Smith. It's looking like his strategy paid off. Adam Lange stayed out as long as he possibly could, and then we saw the caution flag came out. He was one of only 2 drivers on the lead lap, him and Ryan Derrick. He came in, took tires, and was able to keep it on the lead lap. Or he was able to keep it in the lead, and he still had about 10 lap fresher tires compared to the rest of the field, and he has just ran away with this race. Nobody's going to be able to catch him unless something bad happens. He's also right now currently the fastest driver in the field right now. Do have a battle going on for 7th place. Travis Bieber trying to get by Logan Monteith for 7th. Bieber looking to the low side, trying to make this pass. And oh! Plot twist, late race caution here at Rockingham. We'll look at the Kinder Farm and Ranch Wreckage Rewind to see what happened. Looks like Eric Burkholter has crashed Steve McDonald. We are side by side for second. Or we're side by side. Looks like this was the battle for 11th, I believe. These two battling hard. Yeah, when does this wreck happen? There it is. So looks like coming off of turn number 2, we see Eric Burkholter pushes up off the corner into Steve Loving. McDonald has nowhere to go except for right into that 71. And we saw the whole field come in for pit stops. So here's what the top 5 looks like after those pit stops. Adam Langin first, Jonathan Cofield second, Tyler Barnett third, Eddie Smith 4th, Ryan Derrick 5th. There's an even playing field now with those tires. Nobody has fresher tires than the other. So tires right now, they're not going to determine who wins this race. It's really going to be about who's going to be the best driver here at the end. Adam Lange, if he wins tonight's event, he will be locked in to the Final Four, the Championship 4. Jonathan Cofield, he's trying to play spoiler. He is not in the round of 8. He's not fighting for any championship or anything. He's just trying to play spoiler here. And Tyler Barnett, another driver trying to play spoiler in that 84. So here we go. We are getting ready to go back green. Lights on the pace truck are off. Adam Lange restarting on the bottom. Jonathan Cofield restarting on the top. So here we go. Green, white, checkered for the win here at the Rock. Pace truck is in. Green flag is back out. There we see Adam Lange taking off 3 wide for second. Eddie Smith trying to thread the needle between Cofield and Barnett. Smith with the nose coming through 1 and 2. He is clear. Eddie Smith the second, but does he have enough time to reel in Adam Lange? We see Barnett sticking with Smith, not letting him get away. We see the battle is on for 5th. Steve Loving trying to get by Ryan Derrick. Final lap, Adam Lange had a great pitch strategy, stayed out as long as he possibly can. We saw that caution flag came out, was able to come in, had fresher tires than the rest of the field, but still, even when there was an even playing field, even when the whole field had fresh tires on this most recent restart, he still showed just how fast he is. And Adam Lange will get the win here at the Rock. He is locked in to the championship 4. See, Eddie Smith runs the fastest lap time of the race on the last lap. He finishes 2nd. Tyler Barnett takes 3rd. Ryan Derrick finishes 4th. Jamie Mullins will finish 5th. What a win for Adam Lange. This will be his 3rd win of the season. Adam Lange burning it down here at the Rock. We see Steve Lovin. And there we go. The Rebels Demolition Derby begins on that front stretch. So now it's time for the driver interviews. We're going to pull in your top 3, see what they have to say about tonight's event. We'll start off by pulling in your 3rd place finisher, Tyler Barnett, if we can get him into the waiting room. Make sure to take this time to like, follow, and subscribe to Intensity Broadcasting on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. Share the stream. Helps the sponsors, the league, the drivers, and it helps with the algorithm. We'll wait a little bit longer and just to let everybody get in the Discord, and then we will start the driver interviews. So here we go. We're going to start off by pulling in your 3rd place finisher, Tyler Barnett. Tyler, this is Atlee in the Intensity Broadcasting booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir, I do.
Awesome. Well, great race for you tonight. I know you started in 4th, but we saw you were running in the top 3 for a lot of tonight's event, looking very, very fast. You couldn't really get up there to Cofield and Lange, but still had a fast truck all race long. I know you were trying to get up to Eddie Smith there at the end of the race. You couldn't quite catch him and ended up settling with 3rd. What was your take on tonight's event?
I'm not very good here. This is one of my first actual races at Rockingham, and from the practice laps that I have ran, I just did not feel very confident here. So a 3rd, I'm A-okay with it, and being able to lead a couple laps as well as being able to contend with some of those guys. I was mainly aiming for long run speed, which I think in my first run, the first like 40-something, 50-something laps before the first caution came out, I was having a pretty good long run. I worked my way up to 2nd, and obviously people pit, and that's how I led laps. But other than that, I'm just pretty happy that I came away with a podium at a track that I was not feeling comfortable with. I thought I was going to be like 9th or 10th.
Now, one of Rockingham's main thing is that abrasive track surface that it has. How are you able to deal with it? What's the key to dealing with that abrasive track surface here?
So I turned my steering ratio up a little bit just to save a little bit of tire, as well as I had really low brake bias, so I'd let the rear of the car steer the car into the corner, and I'd burn the rear tire off a little more than the front. but overall it was pretty even. So I was able to keep speed for a while, and then these guys have just they have tons of laps. They're just really good drivers too, so they were able to school me on some experience. So just got to get better with that.
Now, before we let you go, is there any sponsors or shout outs you'd like to thank?
Definitely, Hardline Transport Solutions, the main sponsor of the league. Just thank you for putting the show on, getting all the broadcasting, getting everybody here, and then obviously all the other supporting sponsors like Lang, the winner here, his paint schemes, and then Smeal Race Designs, as well as the cryptocurrency Shiba Inu, and obviously my team as well. Just thank you for getting me into this series.
Well, again, congratulations on the podium finish here tonight, Tyler. Have a great rest of your night.
Thank you as well.
Yep, thank you. All right, let's pull in now your second place finisher, Eddie Smith. Eddie, this is Atlee in the Intensity Broadcast booth. You got a copy?
Hey, what's up, Atlee?
Doing pretty good up here in the booth. Looks like you were doing pretty good out there on track. I know you started in the 6th place spot, but you were quickly able to work your way up to the field during that first green flag run. You were mainly running around in 2nd, trying to reel in Jonathan Cofield. You couldn't quite get up there. Then we saw the green flag pit stops. You were one of the first drivers to come in, and you were the first driver out with the fresh tires before that caution flag came out, and then it kind of messed up the strategy a little bit. You restarted in that 2nd place spot. During that caution, you came in and you took tires. You were still able to stay in that top 3. And after that, you were just trying to get up there to Adam. He was just really, really fast. You couldn't quite get up to there to him. And then we saw that final caution. Pretty much the whole field was even with the fresh tires. Couldn't quite get up there to him. He ended up finishing 2/10 behind Adam. But still, great race for you tonight. What was your take?
Yeah, I mean, a pretty good race. I felt good. Had to drive through the field from 6th up to 2nd, and really burned them off trying to do that. Cofield was super fast. Had the green flag pit stops, and of course, in Outlaw series, you're gonna have a caution during the green flag pit stops. It's just inevitable. And yeah, and then we come out, we get the lucky dog and go around, and normally you'll start behind the lap card, but you don't start behind the wave rounds, and so the commissioner extended the caution, and when they did that, it forced me back to the tail end of the longest line, even with lap cars. So I went from 3rd place all the way back to 14th or so. So yeah, I don't know. I don't really understand that. It's just iRacing's deal. I mean, he had to extend it because apparently, wave rounds couldn't get around fast enough. I don't know, but it really put us behind the 8 ball, and so at that point, it's just go all out. Don't really give a crap about racing. Giving people space and stuff. Just get all you can get. Got up to 2nd place, and then Cofield and Barnett took 2 tires there. I knew that they wouldn't have the same mid-quarter speed as me and Adam, so I knew I had to get around them quick, and Cofield spun his tires, and so he was able to get by them pretty quickly. I think if I had another lap or so, I think I would have gotten Adam. I was catching him pretty quick, so yeah, I just hate that it ended that way. I think I had a chance to win, but hey, look, 2nd place, pretty dang good, even with all the stuff trying to keep me back, so glad to get that 2nd place finish, and we'll take it to them at Texas.
Yeah, and I know you're one of the drivers fighting for a chance to get in the Final Four, so this should probably help you out a ton. Now, I talked to Tyler about this as well, about the abrasive track surface here at Rockingham, how it really tears up those tires. How were you able to handle that?
Well, I didn't do a good job on the first run, but the second, when I was driving up through the field, it seemed like it was fine. There wasn't that many laps. I mean, I definitely run out of steam once I got up to 2nd. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I actually still know, because you try to be. I just never had an opportunity to really save my tires and get a good long run in. I had to drive through up through the fastest guys on the track on the first run, and then after green flag pit stops, had to drive through the field again, albeit on newer tires. So I don't really know. I drove as hard as I could tonight and come away with 2nd place. So.
Now, before we let you go, is there any sponsors or shout-outs?
Yeah, man. Want to thank all the drivers who made a pretty good race tonight. I think it went all right. And thank the admins who run the series, and they do the best they can. And you know, it was a fun race. Looking forward to the next couple weeks.
Well, again, congratulations on the runner-up finisher tonight, Eddie. Have a great rest of your night.
All right, thanks, Adley.
Yep, no problem. And now let's pull in your winner from Evanston, Wyoming. It's Adam Lange. Adam, this is Atlee in the Intensity Broadcasting booth. You got a copy?
Yes, I do, Atlee.
Awesome. Well, great race for you tonight. I know you started in that third place spot, and you were running around the top three for the first green flag run. Couldn't really get up there to Jonathan Cofield, but once the green flag pit stop started, you stayed out there as long as you possibly could, eventually inheriting that lead. And then with the plot twist, we saw that caution flag come out. I know you're probably hoping for that, and you were able to keep it in the lead, and a lot of the field was caught down a lap. You came in, took fresh tires, and you still had about 10 lap fresher tires compared to the rest of the field. And then during that next green flag run, you were able to just run away from the rest of the field just because, you had 10 lap fresher tires. You were a lot faster. But then we saw that final caution flag came out. Everybody was equal. Everybody had the same lap tires, but still you proved just how fast you are by, in the short run, able to hold off Eddie Smith, and you got the win. I mean, what was your take on tonight's event?
Yeah, so that first green flag run and that caution, usually I'm one of the guys who short pits, but tonight I did something different because usually I'm the guy that lap down in that situation. So this time I stayed out and it played out for me, and I thought I was gonna be able to run away with it until that caution with 5 to go. But then yeah, it was a good race. It was fun. I don't know if anybody really had anything for Cofield. He was class of the field, but he got called a lap down.
Now, if I'm not, will this win lock you into the championship 4?
Yes, it does.
So how are you feeling coming up to Phoenix? Are you confident with that track?
Yeah, Phoenix is a great track. It's really fun, especially the updated version on iRacing, using the dog leg, and there's multiple lines in 1 and 2 now. It's a fun track.
Well, before I let you go, Adam, is there any sponsors or shout-outs?
Yeah, I gotta thank my wife and kids for letting me do this on the weekends. I gotta thank my sponsor, Josh White Racing. And go to joshwhiteracing.com. Use my discount code LANG8 for 10% off. I gotta thank Hardline Transport Solutions, Dangling Racing Designs, Intentionally Broadcasting, Peg Leg Felts, Evil Empire, everybody at Pale Horse. They're a great group of guys.
Well, again, congratulations on the win tonight, Adam. Have a great rest of your night.
Thank you, YouTube.
Yep, thank you. Well, that will do it for tonight's event. One more time, congratulations to Adam Lange for getting his 3rd win of the season. I want to thank everyone who tuned in to watch the broadcast tonight. Make sure to like, follow, and subscribe to Intensity Broadcasting on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook, as it would be greatly appreciated. We're trying to reach our goals of 2,500 followers on Facebook, 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, and 1,000 followers on Twitch. Also, make sure to check out our Twitter, Intensity Broad 1. We're always dropping polls and interacting with our viewers on there. We're trying to get to 100 followers on there. And also make sure to check out our web store, intensitybroadcasting.com. There you can find merchandise from your favorite broadcaster and all the amazing links that we broadcast. Make sure to check out the new design that we just unveiled, the Cautions Breed Caution shirt, and also go pick up some Original Rebels Racing League merchandise. We've got Original Rebels Racing League t-shirts, Original Rebels Racing League poster, and Original Rebels Racing League stickers. I'm Atlee on behalf of the entire Intensity Broadcasting team. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.